Hello, children. Welcome to one more session from English class. One more session. A lesson from a beehive. Before I start my lesson, I'll just ask you one thing. How many of you love looking beautiful? How many of you deck yourself? After decking yourself, after getting ready, how many of you love looking yourself in the mirror from each and every angle, trying to see how good you look? Obviously, each and every one. I'm not an exceptional. I too love looking at a mirror, saying how I look like, making different faces, right? So, today the lesson which you are going to read is all about mirror. How a mirror plays a vital role in a man's or a woman's life. Not only man and woman, even animals, reptiles. You know, this beautiful story is, it's all about in the beehive lesson 5, the snake and the mirror. You can see the snake trying to feel good looking at a mirror, right? See that. Now, what is the story? What is the actually? What is the title? Why is the title "The Snake and the Mirror" given? Here, the title relates an incident in which a snake is so enamored. Enamored means so attracted with its image in the mirror that it spares the life of the narrator. The entire action of the story revolves around the snake and the mirror. The main narrator, who is narrating the story, is the center of attraction. He is the protagonist till the snake comes. As soon as the snake enters, the role changes. The snake becomes the protagonist and the narrator the supporting actor. Here, how it happens. Till the snake appears, he was the most important. Later, he becomes the marginal element who is less affected by the action instead of affecting it. He has he was very much thankful. When you see a snake, we generally get scared, right? We run here and there, right? But the snake, with the same intention, it has come. But as it looked at the mirror, he was so fascinated by its own looks. He was so engrossed in his looks by seeing itself in the mirror that it it did not bother about the narrator. And in return, the narrator was thankful to the mirror. This is actually the title, The Snake and the Mirror, how it goes on. Now, what is the story here? Here, the story is about a doctor, a homeopathic doctor. A homeopathy, there are different type: homeopathy, allopathy, yes, Ayurvedic. Now, he was a homeopathic doctor, and he is the narrator of the story. He is the narrator of the story. So what he does here, he lived in a house where there was no electricity and was full of rats. Now it shows that how poor he was. On a summer night, he returned home late. Feeling suffocation, he opened the windows. Now, why did he feel suffocated? As there was no electricity. Yes, he lived in a poor house. So what did he do? He was feeling very uncomfortable. Summer nights, feeling sleepy. At the same time, because of the hot, he was feeling suffocated. So he opened all the doors and the windows so that the fresh air or the cool air can come inside. And that house was filled with rats. Rats, in the other words, you can say rats shared their part in this house with him. Now, he lit up a kerosene lamp and sat on the chair in front of a large mirror and took out a medical book to study. The name of the book is Medica. Now, he took up, why did he lit up a kerosene lamp? as we have read in the before slide, that the village had no electricity. No electricity. As a result, there was no power in his house, so he has to lit up a kerosene lamp. You can see the lamp over here. And he took out a medical book to refer. Unfortunately, he could not concentrate because the weather was very hot. Though it was night, it was hot. So the weather did not allow him to concentrate. At the same time, these rats, the familiar sound. So what he did, he started looking at himself in the mirror. There was a mirror. Now, when he looked at the mirror, he started making plans. To look more handsome, he started taking two major decisions. One is to look more handsome. As he's a bachelor, he wanted to look more handsome. He will shave daily. He would keep a smile on his face. 1001%. A smile on your face will make you look more beautiful than a frowning face. So he took a decision. As soon as he looked into the mirror, what did he take? That he wanted to look more handsome. So he would shave daily, keep himself trim, neat and trim, and have a smile on his face. Now, the second one. This is something, a plan, which is very interesting. He plans to marry a fat lady doctor with a plenty of money. Now, why he wanted to marry a fat lady doctor? Because he feels that if he does any mistake, this lady will not be able to chase him. Okay, as he was thin, this lady wants to marry a fat lady so that she will not chase him. Okay, so that was the reason he wanted to marry a fat lady. At the same time, like an Indian man, generally most of them, I don't want to tag in, but generally he wanted to marry a fat lady who had a plenty of money. As all these plans were moving on in his mind, as all these thoughts were going on, suddenly he could hear a thud, a sound of a thud. And the rat stopped making noises. Something he could feel, a different, unfamiliar sound. As soon as he turned back, what did he notice? He found a snake landed on his shoulder. Imagine a house without electricity, weather so hot, suffocating, rats at that time. Imagine a snake on his shoulder. Imagine, children. So, what did he do then? Before he could do anything, the venomous creature had coiled itself around his left arm. You can see in the slide there. Before he could do, the venomous, poisonous creature, reptile, the snake, what did it? Coiled itself around his left arm. The doctor tried his best to hold his breath and become like a stone, as he knew even a slight movement may kill him. Whatever, he generally play no statue. He was like a stone. He thought that if I move from here and there, a slight movement, this snake may kill him. So he was holding his breath tightly so that the snake may not harm him. Now, the doctor was praying for the Almighty's blessings to get rid of the situation. Now imagine when people are in trouble, when problem comes, then we start praying God, right? Till then we don't care at all. So here the doctor, the homeopathic doctor, started praying God, oh God, please help me. Please get me rid from this situation. It appeared unto him that his left arm was getting crushed under the pressure of the venomous snake. He was feeling the pain. He was feeling pain at the same time. He was a pressure. He was feeling that the entire body or his arm was getting crushed. His mental and physical strength was drained off. His thinking power or nothing, everything has come to an end. He labeled himself as a stupid fellow and he smiled himself. He cannot do anything. What is this? I'm a doctor. I was planning all these things. What happened right now? What Why is it that I am not able to take any decision? All this started. He considered himself, thought himself to be a stupid fellow. So, while sitting breathless like a stone and thinking of his consequences, what consequences he could think? That the snake is going to kill him. The doctor saw suddenly the snake turned its hood towards the mirror. You can see hood towards the mirror. Then it uncoiled itself from the doctor's arm and crept on the table, sat on the table and moved towards the mirror. Sliding towards the mirror, the snake went. Now, what did the snake see there? What did it see? It started looking into the mirror. Now, the snake was so engrossed in that it did not do anything. The doctor started running. He ran. He went to his friends to tell him that he was severely frightened when the snake fell on him, and it was an impromptu incident. Impromptu incident. It means it was not it was not planned before. Now, what he said that he ran in such a way that he left his house open and he came. And he thought that if not, what is there in my house to get it stolen? So he thought in that way and he came back. But when he returned home in the morning, what did he see? That his house was robbed, everything was stolen except his belongings, like he except his dhoti and the coat and the dirty vest. Vest means a banyan, which you see, which he was wearing. And he says that that was an insult for him, that he could have taken even those three also, but he left it. No, this is a great insult by the thief to homeopathy doctor. He felt that the thieves proved him to be an unclean and untidy fellow, and for the doctor, it is an utter insult was too hard to digest. Now, a homeopathic doctor feels that thief has tagged him as an untidy fellow, and that was a great embarrassing or a humiliated situation for the doctor, because the thieves have taken all his belongings, leaving these three. Yes? Now, what is the gist, or what is that story, the gist of this, or you can say, what is the story actually talking about? The story is about a homeopathic doctor who was very poor, who came to a village, and he lived in a house which was shared by rats. And as the weather was not so good, so hot and uncomfortable, he was not able to read the book. He started looking at the mirror, took two great decisions. One is that he would shave daily to look very handsome, and the second one that he would marry a fat lady who had plenty of money, so that the fat lady, why he wanted to marry a fat lady? Because if the doctor in the longer run does any mistake, this fat lady would not chase him. At the same time, as he was taking all this, suddenly he could hear a sound. It was a snake. The snake coiled him. He was so scared. But later, what happened? He just looked at, to his surprise, he saw that the snake just looked at the mirror, came down, uncoiled himself, and crept on the table and started getting attracted towards the mirror. The writer is very thankful to the mirror, because it was the mirror who saved the life of the narrator, who is none other than the homeopathic doctor. He ran as quick as you can come